Hello guys, this is Long August. I just wanted to share with you some of my thoughts about 1.4, some of the talk that's been going around. I know Skill Up just did a video about what you should and shouldn't be doing until 1.4 drops. And I know he said a lot of things about, hey, the things you were running, the things you grinded for, might not even be, maybe not even meta, not even relevant. Who knows? But I just wanted to show you guys and everyone what that work actually looks like. Um, as a prelude, I'm not a no lifer. I've missed over 2 months of playing this game just because of my job. I only got a couple hours a night, um, but I do have something like, I don't know, 250 hours played, something like that. I watch Reddit, I watch the forums, I figure out what's meta. It's because I don't want to waste my time. And so this was the build that I've been working on. Keeps me kind of safe in the DZ. Does good damage. But just as a preface to the whole deal, I'm not a PvPer really. I don't. It's not my favorite thing. I think I only have something like 30 something rogue kills. I don't know. I don't really shoot people in the back, so um, you can see like my DZ rank is just enough to get 204 blueprints back in the day, um, and my underground rank pretty much reflects the fact that I was not even here. I couldn't even play. I only just started playing it. But what I do have is work, and that work, basically, what I wanted to show you is culminated in these weapons I have. This is my M1A. Pay no attention to that headshot damage. um, but did manage to get brutal, capable, competent, and my PvE shotgun, a sausage, brutal, deadly, fierce. And my alternate PvE shotgun, because I haven't really decided which one is better. It's kind of hard, kind of, deciding that. This one rolled responsive, self-preserved, and destructive, or I mean, ferocious. And then my PvP shotgun. When I go into the dark zone, it doesn't matter like if I'm looking to farm or if I'm with a group that wants to PvP. This is the shotgun I roll with because it's meta. Like, why wouldn't you? Because when I go into the dark zone, I just assume that I'm going to have to fight, and it's kind of what I like about it. Um, there's tension, all those things, all those buzzwords that Massive said. That is the dark zone. That is really what it is. And if you go into the dark zone and you're not prepared, at least to possibly fight, other players, then you have no business being there. And, I mean, some people won't like hearing that or whatever. I don't care. I'm a PvEer. I play PvE. I play missions. I like care bearing and, backpacking people through regular heroic missions. I want to see them get geared up. I like feeling strong. I like, going through content, basically. And players aren't content. Players get in the way. And that's the DZ, pretty much. But the DZ is exciting. I don't go there to farm. I don't go there to PvP. I go there because it's fun. I go there because, while I'm, doing one activity, i.e. farming, there's a very real possibility of me running into an enemy that is not an NPC, that can think, that can move, that can shoot, and that has, gear, maybe equivalent or even better than mine that could drop me real quick. And that's why I like the DZ. I like it as is. I don't think it's for everyone, but I think it is what it is. But here's the M870. Pretty much your ideal M870. Anyway, should the changes that SkillUp talked about come to fruition, and I'm talking about like gear sets disappearing or your min-maxed or whatever. This isn't even min-maxed. This is just what I've worked on. Should that whole thing come to fruition, I'll be extremely disappointed because I'm certain there are other players out there like me that love the game and play the game on a regular basis. And stash size aside, they've worked on this build that they're running that works for what they're doing. And the game isn't, it's not that the game is hard or anything like that. It's that the game is what it is, and the players have figured out how to play it. And this is how we figured out how to play it. And we've grinded Falcon Lost, we've grinded and grinded and grinded and got the gear that we need and the gear that is suitable to play this game the way it was made. And for us, for the players like me, and I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even talking about the no-lifers or the people who just PvP and grief people all day. Like those are a separate set of people from us. For us, we are the regular players. And we watch Reddit, we watch the forums. We're not stupid. We know what's gonna work. We listened to Marco Style back in the day when he showed us how to min-max gear when it was just high ends. We're not stupid, is the thing. And you might be saying, oh well, Long August, you're saying, oh well, all these other players are stupid. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's a palpable, definable segment of this game's player base that likes the game. We like it, and we figured out how to play it, and we've spent a lot of time like being able to play it well. And we're not, like I said, we're not griefing people. We're not doing any crazy stuff or anything like that. We're not trying to ruin the game for anyone. We're trying to help people. We're trying to keep the game alive, and we worked on all this stuff. And I just think that if it gets taken away from us, it's going to be such a huge slap in the face. It's one thing to take away everything from a group of players that either A, has nothing, or B, has everything. Because the group that has everything is the group that everyone hates anyway. Like, fuck those guys. I don't want them playing my game anyway. Those guys that during week 3 were cruising through the dark zone and just running their div tech route and bitching and moaning all day on Reddit about how div tech is some bottleneck and they can't get the perfect fucking weapon or whatever. Like, fuck those guys. I don't want those guys playing my game anyway. Because I know if I ever meet them face to face in the DZ, like, they're just gonna fucking wreck me. So, fuck those guys. And in the same breath, fuck all these people, the new-ish people or whatever, the people who are either uninformed or ignorant or have never played an RPG or have never played a looter and who just expect everything to be given to them, you know, for nothing. Fuck those people too. That's what I'm saying, is fuck those people too. Because you know, I've played this game maybe an hour or two a night, you know, minus 2 or so months of not even being able to play it. And this is what I have. I've got great weapons, I've got a great set, and I've worked for it. I've put in the time. And the people on the one side bitching and moaning about how there's no in-game content or whatever, they've got their 1,000 or whatever hours of playing this game. Fuck those people. And the people on the other side complaining about how they're getting dropped in the dark zone instantly or whatever, fuck those people too. Like, we all dealt with that. Everybody has dealt with that at some point or another playing this game. And removing that, you know, fuck, I just got dropped instantly. Like, removing that is a big mistake, I think. Dark Zone was, it was a really, what's the word I'm looking for? Ambitious experiment. And on the one hand, you gotta think that the developers, Massive Movie, whatever, knew that because the internet is full of assholes, like, this was going to be an asshole fest, right? You gotta believe that they maybe, possibly, even probably knew that was going to happen. But the beautiful thing about it is that it is, in fact, a reflection of human nature. It is exactly a reflection. Like, there's, you know, something to be gained, but there are also people who will take it from you. And not only are they rewarded for taking from you, there's no recourse for you to do anything about it except to get better. And that's like a real life thing. Like, that's real life. That's real life. And from a generally PvP player, who, you know, has played a while and has done enough in the Dark Zone to be able to, you know, stand his ground, and has only played the Underground for, you know, a couple times, I just want to let everybody know that I think the game is, it's not that the game is fine, but that the concepts are fine. The DZ, the concept of it is fine. You want a solo PvP squad versus squad arena, that's fine, but don't mess with the Dark Zone. That is such a wonderful, tragic experiment, and it doesn't matter like how that goes. It needs to stay the way it is, because no one has ever done it before. And if they just give up and shrug and say, oh well, I guess, you know, people are too much of assholes for this to be a thing, that's just giving up. That's just quitting. Like, let it be. Let it be what it is. Don't censor it. It's wide open. It's the wild, wild west. It's the internet. The Dark Zone is the internet. You know, there are the haves and the have-nots, and it sucks for some people, and it's fun for some people, but, you know, just like in life, you know, sometimes the have-nots rise up. And that singular moment when the have-nots rise up is so much more glorious and so much more important